Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to another video in my Python for Beginners tutorial series. In this video, we'll be looking at virtual environments in Python. So if I went over to my command prompt and I did pip list, this will show me all of the packages I have installed with my Python. So currently there's only one, pip. Now as you build projects, you'll be installing all sorts of packages. The issue with that is twofold. One, sometimes one package or library depends on a specific version of another. So say we have matplotlib, and basically matplotlib say depends on another package, pandas. Just for the sake of example, there may or may not be a relationship between these two, but we'll just use this as an example. Say matplotlib depends on pandas version 1.3 as an example. So that means if you want to use these two together, I need this specific version of matplotlib. So this is fine for this project, but say I have another project that needs the latest version of pandas and I don't really need matplotlib there. Well, in that case we have an issue because I need both of these but for one project, and I have another project for which I need a newer version of this. So that's one issue. And the other issue is when you work on lots of projects, your installation of Python can get polluted in a way with all sorts of packages. So we can get around this issue with virtual environments, and the idea is to create like a separate, in a way, a separate installation of Python where you can install all your packages. And when you deactivate that environment, basically all of those packages go away. So let's see how that works. To create an environment, we do python -m venv. So venv is actually the program inside of Python that creates our virtual environment, and then we give it a name. So we can give it any name we like. Ones that I use commonly are env or venv, and I even do .env or .venv sometimes. It's really up to you. You can call it ISDF if you liked. And that will create our virtual environment for us. But before I hit enter, what I'll do is I'll actually just create a folder on my desktop. And this would normally be my project folder, which will have all of my Python scripts and other files in it. So in command prompt, I'll just cd into this folder. So cd project, and in this folder, I'll just do python -m venv, and let's just call it env for now. I'll hit enter, give it a sec to create the virtual environment. And once done, you'll see that we now have a .env folder in our Python, in our project folder. We don't really have to worry about what's in this folder, but currently we are not really in this environment. So I'll just activate the environment using env. So that's the folder /scripts /activate. And what this will do is it'll basically activate the environment for me. So I hit enter, and now you'll see that at the front of my current line command prompt, you'll see this env in parentheses. This basically means that my virtual environment is active. Now I'll just do pip list, and you can see we have the same thing as before. Let's install a package into this virtual environment. So I'll just do pip install matplotlib. This is the same package from the pip lesson. Don't really worry about what this does. It's more about virtual environments than the packages or the package matplotlib. Okay, give it a sec, and it's done installing matplotlib for me. I'll just do cls. and I'll do pip list again. Notice that my virtual environment is active. So if I hit enter, we can see a list of all the packages installed. You'll see that we not only have matplotlib, but we have a bunch of others as well. This is because matplotlib depends on all of these to work. Cool, so matplotlib is installed, but if I just open up another command prompt, and you'll see that we don't have the virtual environment active here. And let's say I did a pip list, you'll see that we don't really have all these packages installed in here. So that's really one of the key advantages of virtual environments. Your projects packages are self-contained in an environment, so it does not really mess up your main installation of Python, as I'd mentioned earlier. Now we can do whatever we like with this environment active, install the packages, create our program as normal. One thing to keep in mind is when you are running your Python scripts, so hello.py in this case, you need to have this environment active for this file to be able to use the package that you installed. So if, let's say, hello.py header line import matplotlib, I'll just save this. Okay, you can see I have my environment active here. If I did python hello.py, it works fine. But if this environment were not active, this would actually run into an error. So let's do that next. To get out of this environment, I'll just type in deactivate, and you'll see that the env in parentheses is gone now. So basically the environment has been deactivated, and I'll just run the file with Python again. So python hello.py, enter, and you see it says no module named matplotlib. If I do pip list, once again you don't see matplotlib. However, if I activate this environment again, there we go. So we have it active here, and I run the file again. So python hello.py, it works again. So always ensure to have the environment active when you're running your Python files for your project. Now, what if you wanted to move this project over to another computer? Well, if you just copied this folder, this project folder, and took it to another computer, you'll find that you aren't really able to activate your environment properly. The proper way to copy this project over to another computer would be to firstly create a requirements.txt file that just has a list of all your Python packages. So with my environment activated, I'll just do pip freeze requirements.txt. Okay, pip freeze greater than sign requirements.txt. We saw this in the lesson on pip, but I'll just do this, hit enter, and we get a requirements.txt file that just has a list of all the packages. Now what you want to do is copy all of the files and folders except your env folder, so your virtual environment folder. So copy all these over onto your new computer, and then on the new computer, so just to demo this, I'll just create another folder on my desktop. Let's call this project 2, and in this folder I'll copy everything except my virtual environment folder, and I'll just move over to that folder in command prompt. Okay, now you'll have to create the environment and install the packages again. So what I can do now is just create the environment again, python-m venv, and once again you can call it whatever you like. So this time I'll just call it venv. I'll activate the environment. So you can see I'm still in the env environment, so I'll just quickly deactivate that. And I'll activate my env environment. And then in here, I'll install all the packages from requirements.txt. So the way we do that is pip install -r requirements.txt, and that'll go ahead and install the packages from the requirements.txt folder. Okay, it's done now. And if I do a pip list, we get our list of Python packages. If I do python hello.py in my project2 folder, you can see we don't get any errors. And if I deactivate my environment, okay, cls, and I did pip list, you can see my original installation of Python is pretty clean. So that's how you'd be moving your project over to new computers. So that's all for virtual environments. Thanks for watching and happy coding.